This is Russell Fagan, aka Sinistral Rifleman, and this is my video for the Phoenix Rod and Gun 2-Gun Action Challenge match held May 25th, 2019. This stage begins with the shooter engaging two mini IPSC targets that are 1/3 the size of a normal IPSC target at 100 yards. These targets require 2 hits each in sweeps, 1, then 1, 1, then 1. From this position, the shooter is only allowed to fire 1 round from each position. They will continue doing so until the shooter has a total of 4 hits. The amount of space available between the beams makes me have to cant my rifle to get a sight picture on the target. The shooting challenge is made even more difficult on this portion of the stage by the fact the prop is not very stable. It wobbles quite a bit as I set in place on it. I am using the BRN 180 that you've seen me use in some of my other recent match videos. It still has the Vortex Crossfire red dot on it, and it is attached to a billet flared Magwell KE Arms lower with SLT2 trigger. From this position, the shooter must also move for every round fired until they have a total of 4 hits. Now for my pistol caliber carbine division run with my KE9, it is also equipped with an SLT2 trigger and Vortex Crossfire red dot. The bore offset on my KE9 is slightly less than that of the BRN 180. This allows me to engage these targets with the optic oriented straight up and down. After this match, I went to confirm 0 with my KE9 and found that my groupings were about 2 inches to the right at 25 yards, having switched ammunition types. It is interesting watching this video after the fact that all of my misses are to the right of the target, which confirms my experience re-zeroing it at the range later. I was 3rd out of 17 armored shooters on this stage and 2nd out of 3 PCC shooters. It is interesting that my run times are about the same between both guns. The shooter begins with rifle held in their hands. They must transition to their pistol. There's only 60 seconds available to engage all these targets. There's a few things going on this stage that make me shoot sloppier than I normally would. The first is the time compression. Knowing I only have 60 seconds available has a psychological effect of pushing me to go faster, which in turn makes me miss more. The second is because I'm shooting such a large amount of ammo over such a short period of time, my trigger finger actually starts to get tired and my marksmanship degrades. The third that I found out after the match was over is that the red Loctite on my compensator had actually cooked off, and the groups on my pistol had opened up to 6 to 8 inches at 25 yards versus the normal 2.5 to 3 inches. You can see why engaging some of these 6 to 8 inch plates at 20 plus yards is much more difficult.
Over!
Now for the PCC run. This is basically easy mode compared to using a handgun. I end up with a failure to neutralize on that paper target right behind the plate rack. My second hit was just outside the scored zone on the right edge of the target.
over. Unload. Shot.
While my handgun shooting wasn't up to my own personal standards, I was first in Armored Division and the only handgun shooter to complete the course of fire under par time with no penalties. I was second in Pistol Caliber Carbine Division. The pistol caliber carbine shooters were the only other shooters to complete the stage with no penalties. The shooter begins with only one round loaded in their rifle to engage this high value 30-second bonus clay. I do manage to hit it with my rifle. After engaging the clay, they crawl through the tube and will engage these 4 paper targets under the sticks. Disturbing the sticks is a procedural penalty. I will say that whenever I have to load my rifle on the clock or clear it on the clock, I prefer the charging handle location of the BRN 180 over that of a traditional AR-15.
Ultra chomp.
The pistol starts with a cold chamber and a magazine inserted. I forget this because I never carry a handgun in that condition outside of specific match stages that require it. It's understandable they require it because anyone can attend and their holsters may not have adequate retention for clearing obstacles like we just did there. Keeping the gun up so I'm ready to fire as soon as I step into position saves time on the stage. I miss high right with the PCC on this clay. This specific target engagement is what let me know that I need to re-zero my carbine before I head to High Desert 3 Gun at the beginning of June. Traversing this prop with the PCC in hand is a bit more awkward than doing it with the rifle slung on my first run. You can see here how much of a difference getting a bonus made on this stage. I was third in Armored and second in Pistol Caliber Carbine. In the end, I was first out of 17 Armored shooters and first out of 46 overall. In Pistol Caliber Carbine, I was second out of 3 shooters and third overall. After the match was over, I re-Loctited the compensator on my pistol and re-zeroed it, and I also re-zeroed my Pistol Caliber Carbine. It's good to sort these issues out at a local match before heading to a major match like I would be doing at the beginning of June for High Desert 3 Gun. My coverage of High Desert 3 Gun with the in-range patrons of DerpGrew will be on InRange TV in the future. Thank you for watching. Come back again for more match and multi-gun competition content.